The Walt Disney Company has dumped Trump and Mickey Mouse. They were holding hands, they were friends. But on top of a pole designed for Disneyland, they have been removed. Today we'll tell you why Disney might be behooved to bring them back. Maybe there's a lot of money to be made with Orange Man Bad and a Mickey who's glad to hold the hands of POTUS. Hello folks, welcome to the channel that continues to change hearts and minds simply by telling the truth with a capital T every single time. Yes, indeed, it's another video of excellence on the way, and we're happy that you have graced us with the opportunity to spend time with you. Folks, as we get started, click the like button, and this is one of the funniest stories we have ever covered in our lives. Get ready to laugh, to cry, to weep with joy, and say, boy, oh boy, give me more of this, Disney, give me more of this. Folks, this is by Marvin Montanaro. If you're not yet bookmarked, well, you should be. Disney silently removes Trump-haired Walt Disney silhouette. And if you think that's Walt, you need to find somebody else to make these things. From Disneyland Esplanade. How do we pronounce that, Marvin? That's always one of those words I look at and say, which way do we want to go with it?
Well, of course I know, because that's a word that I knew before yesterday. I say Esplanade.
Esplanade.
I had never seen that word before in my life.
There are others who say it's Esplanade.
I've seen it before, and this is one of those that I always, it's like hors d'oeuvres or hordivores. Nobody knows. You can say it either way. So, folks, when you're at a fancy dinner next time and they bring out the hordivores, feel fine in saying it that way. Tell them Pro told you. No, actually, we better go with somebody more cultured. Tell them that Valiant Renegade said that's the way you pronounce it. Hordivores. All right, after online backlash, here we go. Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration is already off to a strange start after new silhouette installed in the Esplanade suddenly vanished with no public explanation from Disney. The figure, meant to depict Walt Disney holding Mickey Mouse's hand, drew immediate attention for its peculiar hairline. One many said resembled none other than POTUS himself, Orange Man Not So Bad. The controversy began when theme park content creator Five Fires shared a photo of the decorative silhouette on X, where it quickly went viral. Fans were quick to notice something unusual. Unlike the iconic partner statue silhouette, this version of Walt featured a sharply styled, swooping hairline, one unmistakably reminiscent of President Trump's. And now it's gone. So as we are waiting for President Trump to make his debut once again at the halls of what's the name of it? The President's, the Hall of Presidents. Yeah, the Hall of Presidents. As we're waiting for that, folks, at Disneyland, they had to get rid of this silhouette because it looked too much like Trump. They had to dump the Trump off Main Street, USA, holding Mickey's hand. My question is, though, Marvin, I got to say, it does look like Trump. I'm having fun right now, but did somebody do this to Disney? Was this a joke that made it through?
I have to think that either it was somebody sabotaging or it was somebody who made it as a goof, and then like the goof got through and nobody
it really
checked
like
it.
Trump.
And it's unmistakably Trump. Like that hairstyle is so iconically him that it's impossible that this was an accident.
Right. Even the back even looks like the swoop of the hair he has. And it's not, I wanted to compare Uncle Walt and the Donald's body type, but let's just say that it doesn't look like Walt's body either. How's that?
That's correct. You're 100% on top with that. Yeah, it's somebody, as Jonas pointed out on Morning Magic, Jonas said somebody got fired over this.
You think somebody got fired? I'm thinking it's a contractor. I'm thinking somebody got a request and said, let's have some fun with this.
You know who I think it probably was? It might have been my co-host over there on Morning Magic, Mr. Vash Sky.
Listen, it was not me, okay? I had nothing to do with this. This was all Disney, all right? But it was a great visage, a great silhouette, okay? One might say the best there ever was.
Right. Vash, what I need to know right now, Vash, was Wilton behind this? Was Wilton the one who did it? Just that's what people are saying. I'm not saying it, but I'm hearing things that Wilton is the one who put Trump on the tower at Disneyland.
I don't think Wilton was the one that put Trump on the tower at Disneyland. Now, this, to give you a little bit of backstory, and yes, it's Esplanade. This is a famous a medium point or point between the two parks at Disneyland Resort. So this is where Disneyland meets.
Does an Esplanade always have to connect with a promenade?
Yeah, I guess so. I suppose so. Well, previously it was going to be Disneyland Plaza, and then that whole plan changed with the Disneyland Resort and Paul Pressler era and all that kind of stuff down to the Esplanade.
Can you eat a hors d'oeuvre on an Esplanade?
Well, there are restaurants located to the west end of the Esplanade where Downtown Disney actually begins. But this juncture is very pivotal for the Disneyland Resort because every single person visiting Disneyland or Disney California Adventure has to pass by this central structure. This is why it's part of the 70th decor, and it's modeled after like the Tower of the Four Winds and so forth. That's why you have these silhouettes on these different turrets that represent the castle. And so you have these silhouettes that represent each of the different lands of Disneyland, like Fantasyland, for example, is represented by the Carousel, Space Mountain represents Tomorrowland, and so forth. So I think this was an attempt to, let's go ahead and have the partner statue represent Main Street, which I think was all good and well. I think what may have happened here was I think somebody got a little bit too cheeky with the CNC or CAD drawing right there, and I think it started out, I think you alluded to it as well, Pro. It started out as a joke. And then that joke became a saved file, and that saved file became what was actually printed out or CNC'd or whatever, and that's what was actually installed. And so I think you have multiple contractors or multiple people along the way not checking work, and this is how it pops up in front of guests. And unfortunately, we've seen this from a multitude of different things added to the Disney Resort in the last 3 to 4 years. For example, like the 100th anniversary that was celebrated at Disneyland, the 100th anniversary of the company, that is. They had a lot of these banners, and a lot of these banners depicting like the opening years of attractions, for example. But a lot of the attraction years were wrong. A lot of the attraction names were wrong. We had misprints and misspellings for different signage all over Disney Resort at this time. And so I think it's just indicative of I think maybe not enough people in positions that typically would be staffed by those positions or staffed in those respective fields. And I think it's a combination of like reduced budgets, rushing, all of those things becoming a witch's brew of failure.
Yeah, I just have to say, first of all, thank you for that explanation. But also, we just need to point out how bad the flags
on
were.
that.
Yeah. Snow White, famously, the whole reason that they can even afford to have built the theme parks. They said that came out in 1939 on the flags. No, they were off by 2 complete years on one of the most pivotal moments from the entire company. It's just whatever is going on in the parks. I appreciate it that they're okay. They put a Donald Trump silhouette holding Mickey's hand in the park. Thank you. Yes, please go ahead. Send us more content over here on the WDW Pro Channel and that park place. We just want to say we appreciate whoever you are at Disney. Please keep doing what you're doing. Do not stop.
Well, now, wait a minute. Vash, go back to the silhouette for a minute.
Yes, this silhouette right here.
Okay. Guys, I've got a funny thought in my head, and I just want everybody to get to smile and enjoy it the way I am. I'm just thinking about the maintenance guy who climbed up on the ladder to put that thing on top and looked at it and said, well, I'll be darned. And he just went ahead and installed it,
Yep.
And he looked at it. Didn't think I'd ever put this up on the flagpole.
Interesting choice, but that's why I'm not one of the bean counters.
Well, it's probably after hours. You're probably getting the stuff out. You're probably not checking it because you assumed it's been checked beforehand. You're probably just putting it up, and who knows if they even looked at it at all. That's the real interesting thing about how the Disneyland Resort works right now. They did replace the silhouette this morning with the debut of this structure from behind walls, and you can see right there the updated look for the partner statue, Walt Disney, right there.
That's not as fun.
I like the other one better. Yeah. Go back. I like the other one better.
I've got the idea. In my mind, you guys remember the custodian on Futurama. Like, I just see that guy climbing up there and putting this on there and being like, I'll be darned.
Not the decision I would have made, but nobody asked old Sparky what he thinks about marketing.
Nobody asked old Sparky about this. Oh, man. Listen, this would make a ton of money for Disney. It would not be the thing to do in California, but if they want to do this in Florida, holy moly, put this out there as the annual pass holder magnet bumper sticker and look out, world. Look out. Attendance problems.
You mean the magnet?
Yeah,
That was a good one, Jonas. That was a good one right there.
Also, bro, I got it wrong. It was Scruffy is the janitor on Futurama.
Scruffy wouldn't have made it this way, but I approve.
Well, I for a while there, nobody was enjoying anything, and now, it's a little bit more boring, admittedly. But I'm just surprised that people like noticed and took and really took it to heart there. I remember being informed about it.
That somebody's TDS radar was like bing, 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 bing. It was like
scanning for Trump. Oh my God, I found it.
And listen, they're constantly, they've got a radar, man. If there's a piece of golden hair anywhere in Disneyland, they'll sniff it out and be like, I think it's a Trump reference.
Well, it's just so interesting because if you look at the structure and how tall it is, I mean, this is like a 25-foot tall structure right here. You really had to get really up close to see that detail, and that's why I didn't learn about it until actually Mondo told me at FanFest. He's like, "Hey, have you seen the central structure?" I'm like, "No." It's like, "Well, take a look at this," and I just couldn't believe it. And that's when I immediately messaged Marvin with the story there, because
you're blaming this on BioReconstruct. It's the only possible answer. BioReconstruct has taken his helicopter all the way over to California and is getting zoomed in aerial photos of Trump holding Mickey's hand.
In this case, it's Firefires at Disneyland Resort. BioReconstruct. Maybe they lent him the camera there.
Probably
to get that really nice zoomed in shot. But
Yep.
just
I
really
just have
interesting.
to point
If they
out, by the
sell
way,
this, I was just gonna say, if they sell this as a Christmas ornament, I'm buying it.
Somebody on Etsy will start making them. I guarantee it.
I love it. Hey, Erica, is this going to be like the Calvin and Hobbes thing where against Bill Watterson's wishes, you got Calvin doing things he shouldn't do on the back of trucks all over America? Maybe this is the moment. Maybe Trump and Mickey. I'm not suggesting that you do this, folks. And you can't do it and make money. Don't do that. Pro's not recommending you do. I'm just saying that wouldn't surprise me if there's Trump holding Mickey's hand images on vehicles in the future. What do you think, Erica?
Oh yeah, I agree with Marvin. You're gonna see it on Etsy. I have a Cricut machine, and that was one of the first thoughts that went through my head was, oh.
I knew it. She's already heating up the device. She's ready to go. Jonas, are you setting your Cricut machine? Is that what we call these things?
Oh yeah. Cricut machines are very handy. Yeah, it's an automatic cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Did you name yours Jiminy Jonas?
The Steamboat Willie is within the public domain. So,
oh my gosh, Steamboat Willie holding Donald Trump's hand all over Etsy. Folks, consult your local attorney before you do this. Maybe even not your local attorney, but somebody higher up. Kevin, I'll give you the final word because you've got a peepalo. What? Kevin, a peepalo. Who is your? Folks, look at this. Look what he's doing to us. Yep. He's gone full peepaw. All right, Kevin, give us your thoughts on El Trumpo at Disneyland.
This is why exit interviews pay off. Someone out the door just decided to have a little bit of fun, and no one noticed, and all to our benefit. And I'm with Ron. Put this up for sale. I'll buy 3 of them. I'll put one on my wall right behind me. It's the best thing to come out of Disney in ages, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, President Trump / Vash, could you just tell us your thoughts about Disney removing your silhouette?
I was not a fan. Okay, I was a fan of the old one, and I thought it looked great. I thought it looked fantastic. Ask Sean Hannity; he felt the same way. But alas, that's what they did. No, could you imagine?
Esplanade ever, greatest esplanade in the history of humanity. That I can tell you.
That I can tell you. I
They
would
call it
be.
an esplanade, folks. I don't know what that word means, but you know, it was the
That's what it's
greatest
called.
esplanade we'd ever had. You know,
Oh,
Some
these
say-
Walt Disney
they come to me,
Worlders.
they say, "Sir, you're in the esplanade," and I said, "Great."
This
What's
is
it?
why you have to build walls in the esplanade and the promenade. The minute you don't have a wall, Bob Iger's climbing my pole, trying to get my silhouette down every time, folks. That I can tell you.
Yeah, my
What?
personal space bar backup. I don't like it.
What is a TTC anyway? Could you
Somebody get
imagine
Bob
though the
off
guy
my
who?
pole. Somebody get Bob off my pole. He's gonna get my silhouette again.
Could you imagine the guy who actually got that silhouette right there, like took it off to replace it? I mean, that's a collector's item right there. That right
I'm
there.
lying to Disney. If I'm the guy, if I'm Scruffy and I'm back on that pole, like I'm gonna pull the wood. What is it? The woodsman? What is it? The guy who takes Snow White? Like I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna put a fake heart in a box. I'm gonna crumple up a bunch of like aluminum and take it to him and say, "Oh no, this is the real thing. I punched it because I hate the guy." And then I'm going to eBay, baby.
Yeah,
Oh, it was destroyed.
Bob has already broken it into 5 separate parts and sent them off to various sites throughout the world to be guarded by an elemental guardian.
I heard he sent my silhouette to Abu Dhabi Do. Well, hi, Bobby, but I'm going over there too because they got me a plane.
Abba dabby doo. There you go.
And it is time to put a bow on it for this one, folks. Is a gift to everybody who wants to know exactly what's going on in the entertainment industry. And we are so joyful that you were there to receive it. We hope that you had a great time. An attitude of gratitude on this channel every single time you decide to spend time with us. As we get ready to say goodbye, we only ask a few simple things. Click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. And folks, as you get ready to head out that door, do you have a place on social media that you love to share this sort of thing? Hey, you can make this YouTube video sing by putting it out there for your friends, your family, and for those weirdos who just won't leave you alone. Folks, until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. I mean, she's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... I'm gonna call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.